Hello, you known how to create your first product in the previous video. In this lesson, we will show you how to create multiple products in the same way. In fact, WooCommerce offers some advanced possibilities in working with tags, creating virtual products, downloadable products, using attributes and setting up variable products. Firstly, for working with tags. We've mentioned the usage of product tags already in the previous video of creating your first products. Using tags works exactly in the same way that you're used to when writing WordPress posts. So, in here, we do not want to spend too much time in explaining it. Just be aware that product tags and tags for posts are actually separated from each other. You may find the tags that you already used by navigating to products, then tags in the menu on the left-hand side of your screen. Note that the tags that you entered during product creation appear here. Now, we will show you how to create virtual products. This product type is used for non-physical products. Use it to sell services, for instance. Virtual products will not be shipped, and as soon as you mark a simple product as virtual, the shipping tab will disappear from the product data area. Besides that, if a customer only buys one or multiple virtual products in their order, the shipping address will be removed from the checkout process. Note that the virtual field can only be set for a simple product. If you need a variable product to be virtual, that's still possible, but not using this field. If you have digital goods to offer to your customers, WooCommerce supports this using the downloadable product type. Often, you'll also want to mark these items as virtual, since you won't physically ship anything. On the other hand, if your item will be as well downloaded as shipped, you should not check the virtual field. An example could be a book that is physically shipped, but where the buyer also receives a downloadable copy. Once the downloadable field has been checked, new fields become available in the General tab. Click on Add File, followed by the Choose File button to upload and attach a digital file to your product. You may also set the download limit, which determines how often a customer can come back to download the same item again. Besides that, you can set the download expiry. Fill in the number of days that the download stays available for your customer after purchase. By default, both fields are blank, which means that there are no restrictions, and your customers can always come back to download the purchased items again. Finally, the field download type can contain the value standard product, application, or software, or music. If there's no fit for your product, then leave it to standard product. When your customer purchases a downloadable file, a link to download the item will be sent to the customer via an email. But only if you enabled this email in the WooCommerce settings. The link will also become available in the My Account section for that customer. Whether or not a customer is forced to create an account in your store, depends on the settings. Head over to WooCommerce, select Settings, select Products to check the settings for downloadable products. Concerning the using attributes, at first glance, you can see that attributes look like tags when we're accessing the function using the menu, then click Products, then select Attributes. However, there is an important difference between attributes and categories. Attributes deliver a powerful mechanism to create different kinds of products. Besides that, working with attributes is often smarter than working with categories alone. Categories are used to organize entire products, whereas attributes are a way of organizing product properties. Creating an attribute is very simple. Just enter the name of the attribute. You may leave the slug field empty, it will automatically be filled based on the name of your attribute. The Enable Archives checkbox may stay switched off. This field allows you to create separate pages based on your attributes. So, for instance, a page holding all the products in your store that are black. This can be handy, but also requires some additional coding to reach the desired result. Leave default sort order to custom ordering so that later on, we'll be able to sort our attribute values in the way we want to. Click on the Add Attribute button. Now that our attribute has been created, it appears in the table on the right-hand side of the screen. Click on the Configure Terms. Next, add all the colors that you will possibly need in your store. Don't worry though, it's always possible to come back later and add more. For every color, just enter the name and click on Add New Color. You'll soon have a long list of colors available. Remember that, these colors will be used later on, when we're creating new products. Once done, go back to the Attributes form again by clicking in the menu on the left. Now repeat the preceding steps and create a new attribute named Size or Shoe Size. When working with sizes, there are a lot of different possibilities, so you might want to distinguish the sizes depending on the products that you are going to use them for. We create shoe size to support our next example. Now that we created some attributes, we'll be able to create a variable product. Now, we will show you how to set up variable and grouped products. We've just created our first attributes that we'll use to add some shoes to our women's fashion store. Of course, we do not want to display all the sizes as individual products. We want to show our visitors one product, and let them choose the right color and size. This is done using a variable product. To create a variable product, perform the following steps. Firstly, start by creating a new product. Next, in the product data area, select variable product as the product type. Note that some fields have disappeared, it's no longer possible to add the product price here. The SKU field is still available, but normally, you would leave it empty and set individual SKUs at a lower level. We'll see that in a minute. On the Inventory tab, enable the Manage Stock field, but do not set the stock quantity field. Later on, we'll add the stock levels for individual products. Skip the other tabs for now and head over to the Attributes tab. Now click on the drop-down that says Custom Product Attribute, then select Color, and click on the Add button. Next, check the fields visible on the product page and use for variations. This will make sure that our visitors will be able to see this attribute, and will be able to create multiple instances or variations of our product using different colors. On the right, click into the Value field and select the colors that you want to use for this product. To keep things a little bit simple for our example, we just select red and white. We repeat the same steps for our shoe size attribute, but now we push the Select All button to immediately select all the available shoe sizes. In the next step, click on the Save Attributes button on the bottom left of the Attributes tab. Or alternatively, Save the draft of your product in the top right corner of the product screen. Now, return to the Variations tab and note that, now some fields have become visible. Click on the drop-down and select Create Variations from All Attributes, to assign all the possible combinations of colors and sizes at once. It's also possible to add them one by one, in case you do not have all the possible combinations of the attribute values available. Click on Go. WooCommerce will give you a warning message, because this may create a large number of combinations. 2 colors having 5 different sizes makes a total of 10 variations. Click on OK. Another message appears mentioning the number of created variations. Click on OK again. A large area with all the variations will now be displayed. Click on one of the rows to expand all the underlying fields of that variation. Note that, it's now possible to set a number of fields for every variation individually. The price may differ, the available stock quantity may differ, and you can set an individual SKU for every variation. It's also possible to assign a different image per variation. Start filling in your variations individually. If a field is set to the value same as parent, then the variation holds the same value as the parent item. You may also use the handy bulk edit function on top to change fields for all the variations. That function is a bit hidden in the current WooCommerce version, but you may find it by clicking the drop down at the top, that currently still says Create Variations from All Attributes. For example, when creating our demo shoe product, generally all the sizes will have the same sales price. We could enter them one by one for every variation, but it's much faster to do them all at once using the function, Set Regular Prices Now. We normally work this way to set everything we need, but your situation may differ depending on your products, of course. You can set the field regular price for all the products at once, using the bulk edit function. Click on the little image area to set a separate product image per variation. In our demo product, we need this to be able to show a different image depending on the color that the user chooses. So, if the user selects the shoes in blue, we want that automatically the product image changes to the blue variation. You reach this by assigning an image to every single variation. Now set the SKU, image, and stock quantity individually for every variation, assuming that the stock quantities are not all the same. The following image below shows the bulk edit option, to change the regular sales price for all the variations at once. The last step that we have to take now, is to publish the product in the top right corner of the screen. Now that we published our product, of course, we want to see the end result in the front end. I finished here the video. If you find it useful, subscribe for more video. Thanks and see you soon in the next videos.